The Dream of Enlightenment by Anthony Gottleib, The Rise of Modern Philosophy. In this video I'm going to talk about this book and the philosophers it covers and if this book is for you. Let's go! Hi and welcome to the BookLab. I'm Björn and this is the place where we bring you the best book recommendations when it comes to philosophy, psychology, human nature and human potential. So all the good stuff. Make sure to subscribe and my next video will pop up in your feed automatically. The Dream of Enlightenment by Anthony Gottleib is a comprehensive exploration of the ideas and contributions of key philosophers during the Enlightenment era. It tells their story and it tells us about the birth of modern philosophy. Gottleib takes us on a journey inside the minds of these often misinterpreted philosophers and offers an accessible summary of their thinking. In this book, Gottleib covers the intellectual landscape of the 17th and the 18th century, discussing the works and philosophies of a broad range of figures such as Decartes, Locke, Bayle, Spinoza and Leibniz. The book provides insights into their diverse perspectives on reason, science, religion and politics, highlighting their impact on shaping modern Western thought. By providing a reader-friendly overview of these complex philosophical contexts, this book provides an accessible overview of the Enlightenment era. Now let's have a closer look at the cast of characters that you will encounter when reading this book. René Descartes, a French philosopher and mathematician and a scientist. Descartes is known for his method of doubt and his famous statement, "Cognito ergo sum." I think, therefore I am. He laid the groundwork for the modern philosophy by emphasizing reason and the mind's role in understanding reality. And then we have Spinoza. He is a Dutch philosopher and he is known for his rationalism and pantheistic views. His most famous work, Ethics, explores metaphysics, human nature and ethics, proposing a deterministic worldview and the idea that everything is a manifestation of God. And then we have John Locke. He was an English philosopher and one of the key players when it came to defining liberalism. His ideas of natural rights and government by consent and the tabula rasa theory, the blank slate theory, greatly influenced political philosophy and shaped democratic principles. And then we have Bayle, a French philosopher famous for his skeptical and critical approach. His work, Historical and Critical Dictionary, challenged religious dogmatism and paved the way for the Enlightenment's emphasis on reason and religious tolerance. The book covers Hume as well, and also my favorite of the bunch, Leibniz, a German philosopher. He was also a mathematician. Leibniz made substantial contributions to metaphysics, epistemology, as well as calculus. He proposed the concept of monads, indivisible substances, and argued for the principle of the best of possible worlds. These philosophers collectively contributed to the intellectual landscape of the Enlightenment, emphasizing reason, individual rights, tolerance, and scientific inquiry. So now to the important question, is this book worth reading? What I find with books like this one that covers a lot of different people on the same topic in the same era is that as time goes by I start to mix up their ideas, I start to forget who came first, whose thoughts and ideas are based on whose, and it becomes kind of a blur. My favorite thing is actually to sit down and read one biography about one person at a time. I feel like that gives me the best retention of the ideas. I had the same issue with a book that I really enjoyed called The Existentialist's Cafe by Sarah Bakewell, I think the author's name is. It was super enjoyable, but I started to mix up all these people, Sartre, Heidegger, Simone de Beauvoir. Sorry my French. But that said, a book like this is a great way to find out who I want to read a full biography of. And in this case, it's definitely Leibniz. That guy just seems to be like this crazy polymath that does all these different things. He actually came up with the binary numeral system that we used for our blips and bloops in our computer these days. That was that guy. He had like a broad range of different interests and he was like everywhere doing all kinds of things and he was pretty remarkable at everything that he took on. So a book of him, if you have any recommendations, name them in the comment. I really want to know more about this guy. So that criticism about mixing up all the names and all the ideas in this book is more a criticism to me rather than to this book. For me, this is a 3 out of 5 book. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the most enjoyable read of my lifetime, to be precise. It's quite accessible, and the author, he spends enough time to not oversimplify these characters, but he doesn't stay too long on each one to make it boring for a beginner reader or someone who's just dipping their toes into philosophical works. So I think this is a great way if you're interested in the Enlightenment thinkers, pick up this book. I listened to it on audio. It was a nice book to listen to as you took a walk now when the sun is finally starting to show itself here in Sweden again. This book also made me humble about how much I know about philosophy, especially in the Enlightenment era. There is so much to understand and to learn, and I obviously have ways to go. And this is a great introduction. Next week I will do a review of this book. 6 Easy Pieces. I can tell you right now that I enjoyed it, and I was also out of my comfort zone when I read this one, because this is about physics and I know very little about it. It's Richard Feynman's 6 Easy Pieces, The Essentials of Physics Explained by its Most Brilliant Teacher. It was really something else, so tune in next week to get more info on this book. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share to support the BookLab. That helps me a lot. Let me know what you're reading this week in the comments, and I'll see you next week with more book reviews. Björn out.